Okay, hello everyone. This is our first gameplay episode of University Atlas. If you listen to our setup episode, you kind of have an idea of the game that we're going to play, Monster of the Week, and the characters and the setting. But if you didn't, we're just going to jump into the game and sort of explain things again as we go along. I would definitely recommend listening to the setup episode, though, if you're not familiar with the game Monster of the Week, because it outlines some of the rules and the moves that we'll be using this session.
I think my dog ran away.
Oh no!
I think my parents are working on it. I heard my mom's whistle that she only uses when there's a dog problem. Sorry. No,
Okay,
we're playing.
Let us know if we need to...
This is all part of the canon of the
This
show,
is all
just to let
a
you
part
guys
of
know.
the show. Nori is Tony's sibling.
Toni actually ran away.
Guys, Toni got out again.
Tony got out again. I'm out. Okay, no, I
Split
think
vertical leap.
as long as she'll be okay. She comes back usually after a while. So.
Usually.
Usually comes
Wait,
back.
I have a question though. Can Toni actually 8-foot vertical leap?
I'm gonna say probably. I wouldn't put it past
amazing.
them. Yeah.
Don't spoil it just yet.
Yeah, God,
guys.
jeez.
Okay.
That was gonna be my moment. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
So now,
Oh my god.
Okay, calm. We open on a foggy valley at the edge of the Olympic mountain range. Hidden beneath the sun-tipped peaks and the deep green branches of cedar and evergreen trees and the blanket of mist rolling in from the Pacific Ocean lies the town of Rosemer. Small but colorful and perfectly balancing the line between a coastal town and the Pacific Northwest woodland aesthetic, Rosemer is home to a community of 40,000 and a number of eccentric shops, unusual landmarks, and otherwise strange phenomenon. Take the fog, for example. It persists even on the warmest of days, clinging to the streets and dense forest that tucks around Rosemer like a blanket. And the lighthouse on Criticon Island lights up each night, despite being abandoned years ago and vacant ever since. The caves behind Rosemer Falls fill each afternoon with curious yet apprehensive explorers, hesitant to enter the sprawling network of damp tunnels and twisting shadows. Hikers pause to marvel at the matted nets of white moss, stretched like spiderwebs between the branches of the Criticon woods, and pull up their collars of their jackets as moisture drips from the leaves and down their necks. On the west edge of Rosemer, and slowly being overcome by the forest, lies John Atlas University's campus. From above, it occupies a perfect circle among the trees. A fountain marks the center, and surrounding it is Equinox Hall, the main office with its imposing Corinthian pillars and grand double doors, Kane Hall with the Planetarium dome occupying the roof, and the Hyde Library, which occupies two identical and mirrored buildings joined by a glass sky bridge. And then we see the occupants of campus. There are professors in long coats dusting their offices and throwing open the windows after a long summer break. We see a group of priests in long black robes, crucifixes around their necks, monitoring the loading of a pair of trucks with metal crates outside the little white chapel. Up on Greek Row, a group of girls in matching t-shirts outside the Lambda Alpha sorority are busy sweeping pine needles off their porch, flashing each other fanged grins. And outside the dorms, there are teams of volunteers and RAs preparing for move-in weekend, which starts bright and early tomorrow morning. And lastly, in Benally Hall, there is a group of students setting up chairs around the main stage. The camera zooms out, away from campus, above the fog layer, and moves north, to where a train is chugging its way down from the coast. Steam billows from the engine, and the blast of its horn startles a group of ducks down on the water. Sunlight flashes between trees, through the windows, and falls on the face of Theodore Del Rosario, asleep in his car. So, if you listen to the setup episode, you know a little bit about Theodore Del Rosario, one of the characters. But for those of you that didn't, Iggy, do you want to introduce Teddy?
Yes.
Just show us what he looks like?
So you see Teddy Del Rosario. He is sort of nestled into his train car seat. He has his headphones on. It's been a long train ride coming all the way down from Canada. He has dark brown curly hair. He's got green eyes. He's in a big chunky green sweater, and he's wearing a button up underneath it. He's got black sort of slim fitting jeans, and he's wearing a pair of Converse, black Converse, and he's got his backpack next to him, and as he I guess as he hears the train horn and feels the train slowing down, he wakes up.
Before he wakes up, however, Iggy, I want you to make the first roll of this arc.
Oh no!
Roll for your
Go,
premonition.
Iggy.
Oh, you're
Sentence.
giving me my premonition already?
It's beginning of the arc.
Oh my
Beginning of the
oh
arc.
my lord. Okay. So
if you didn't listen to the setup episode, premonition is a move that Teddy has as part of the spooky playbook. And I can just read it here. At the start of each mystery, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, you get a detailed version of something bad that is yet to happen. You take +1 forward to prevent it coming true, and mark experience if you stop it. On a 7 to 9, you get a clouded image of something bad that is yet to happen. Mark experience if you stop it. And on a miss, you get a vision of something bad happening to you, and the keeper holds 3 to be spent for one-on-one as penalties to rolls that you make. So the rolls that we make in Monster of the Week are 2d6, and on a 10 plus, it's a success. On a 7 to 9, it's a mixed success. And then on a 6 or lower, it's a failure. So
you're really
go
just
ahead and roll your first premonition.
Okay. So premonition, I get to make a plus weird roll. So let's see here.
Roll those bad boys.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 and a 3. So 7 plus 2, 9. Weird for premonition.
9. Okay, so that's a mixed success, but for premonition, you get a clouded image of something bad that is yet to happen. Mark experience if you stop it.
Oops.
Okay. No, you're all good. Okay, so you fell asleep on the train a few hours ago. It's a long train ride, and before you wake up, you find yourself having a very strange dream. You see yourself surrounded by fog. It's night. You're standing on a brick street. There's a street lamp shining somewhere in the background with a very distinct color of like a UV light. And you see yourself, you're panting, you're out of breath. You can't see what's going on behind you or around you, but there's shadows moving. And there's this tightness in your chest. And you look down at your hands and you see the center of your palms begin to start glowing green. And as that happens, as you feel that familiar surge, and that panic starts to rise in your chest, behind you, deafeningly loud, a clock tower begins to ring. And you wake up, and you're in your train car, and you're a little bit sweaty, when you wake up after a nightmare, but you're awake.
Good afternoon, passengers. The time is currently 4:32. We will be arriving shortly at Rosemer Station. We'd like to thank you all for riding with us, and have a great day.
Yeah, I think, so once Teddy wakes up, I think after that premonition, he just sort of, he takes his fingers and, he rubs his eyes. Not in a sleepy way, but more so in like, oh God, here we go again type of way.
Does he try and pass it off as just like a bad dream, or is it... Do you think he puts more?
I'd say so, yeah. I think takes a minute to think about it, and then, he thinks to himself, okay, it's probably nothing. And then he, gets up, puts on his backpack, and grabs his luggage from the train and heads out.
So there's a shuttle that will take you to campus, but as that's happening, I want to actually jump to campus, and on the east side of campus, we see in one of the parking lots a light blue 1963 Ford pickup truck kind of rumbling to a stop in the parking lot. Now, you had trouble finding this parking lot because it's called the West parking lot, but it's on the east side of campus, and you can't really figure out why, but you finally found it. You finally found the West parking lot on the east side of campus, and you're pulling to a stop in front of Cecil Hall, which is one of the dorms where you'll be staying this evening after the Spook tryouts. And as you get out of your car, Fia, would you like to describe Zoe?
Of course. Well, the first thing most people notice about Zoe is that she's unusually short. And she's got this flaming, long, bright red and orange sunset-colored hair, and she's wearing these kind of ratted, old, like travel jeans. Like the kind of jeans that are loose enough and worn enough that you're comfortable sitting for long periods of time in a car, driving somewhere in them. And then just a college t-shirt. So she's just kind of got a casual look going. And yeah.
And at the same time, as you were pulling up, you noticed right above the west parking lot is this rather imposing looking building. It's brick like most of the buildings on campus, but the brick is sort of it's like a darker, it's been painted like this kind of this dark gray color. And parked out front is like these big trucks, and outside are these people loading these trucks with these metal crates. And so you just noticed that as you were passing by, and as you park and get out of your car, you kind of hear some shouting, and you look over and you see that one of the crates has like been tipped over as like the movers kind of like lost grip of it. They're these big like metal crates, and you actually recognize the metal. It's silver steel, which is, as you know, known for its ability to repel and contain ghosts. But your attention is quickly averted by someone coming out of Cecil Hall. He's kind of got like reddish hair, a little bit short. He's wearing a John Ellis University t-shirt, and he's got a name tag on him that just says, "Hi, my name is," and then in like absolute chicken scratch writing, you can't even read what his name is. And he comes up to you and he goes, "Hey, how's it going? You signed up for the Spook Tryouts, right?"
Yeah, I'm Spook Tryouts. Yeah.
Well, did you sign up? You signed up, right?
Yes, I signed up. I have my waiver here. And then Zoe kind of like launches herself over the driver's seat because she's so small to get to her bag. And you just see her like ruffling around and pulls out this crumpled piece of paper. Here's my waiver.
Cool. I don't actually need it. Look, I'm one of the RAs here, and I'm in charge of helping people move in. Technically tomorrow, but you're here for the tryouts, which means you get to move in a day early. Confirming that, I didn't mean to get confusing. Hi, my name's Curtis. I'm an RA. What's your name?
Oh, okay, that was the chicken scratch. Curtis! Nice to meet you.
What are you?
Zoe.
Chicken scratch?
You didn't hear any of that. Sorry, Zoe. Zoe's my name.
Cool, nice to meet you, Zoe. Do you need help, like, moving your bags inside?
If you're offering.
Yeah, I got a team that can help you do that. Hey, Daphne, Peter, y'all want to come help unload? And then like a bunch of group guys come over and start like getting bags out of the back of your truck. Okay, and pulling up at the same time is Toni. Did you take the? Mm-hmm. Did you fly in? How did you get to Rosamer?
Oh, I hiked.
Oh my gosh.
This is excellent. Okay.
I hiked. I'm a little roughed up, but trying to play it off as not.
Oh, this is excellent. Okay. Yeah. Well, at the same time, because one of the hiking trails does connect to the west parking lot.
Oh, God bless.
Zoe, Curtis is helping you unload your truck, and out of the woods comes Toni. Do you want to explain? Do you want to?
Yeah.
So good.
Sorry.
It's very good.
Do I need to explain who Toni is real quick?
Real quick, just a quick summary for people that didn't listen to this episode.
Toni is a lycanthrope. So transforms not into a werewolf, but into a mountain lion or cougar. And they, their pronouns are they, them. They're very tall, slender, muscular build. Got ashy blonde kind of hair, a little bit of a mullet going on, kind of disheveled a lot of the time. Little hairy, but they cover that up a lot with long sleeves, turtlenecks, typically dress in very dark, earthy tones. Today, Toni is sporting a lovely turtleneck still, as always, but it is black. It's a little bit kind of pilled in some areas, probably got a little bit of, stains on it from their hike over. They're wearing also full-length pants. They are not denim. They're actually nicer slacks, but they're roughed up a little bit. And they're wearing Doc Martens. Heavy Doc Martens. Black as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And they try to present themselves nicely most of the time. So Toni, I think, coming out of the trail is probably holding their head high with their leather bag clutched closely to them. Leather backpack, also very worn. Yeah. They're trying to come in looking purposeful and that they didn't just hike many, many miles to get here.
A few twigs in their hair.
Oh, no, definitely twigs in their hair. Their hands are probably a little, they got dirt under their little black claws, because Toni does have little claws. Yeah. Oh, and fun fact, if for anybody who did not listen to the other character,
The setup episode.
yes,
yeah.
that one, setup episode. The closer to the full moon that Toni gets, the more animalistic they become, and also if they express great sudden emotion like anger or shock, they tend to transform. They don't like that. Just saying. They're not proud.
Yeah, so I think Curtis sees you coming out of the woods and kind of like just kind of jogs towards you, not trying to be like a threatening or anything. He just kind of jogs over, his hair's kind of flopping. He goes, hey, how's it going? Do you need like a map or anything? Are you lost hiker? We get those a lot here. I can get you a map if you need one.
Well, actually I'm looking for I'm a part of, I'm looking a map. Yeah, that'd be great. A map, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Do you have that?
I got it. Yeah, so he runs back to the Cecil dorm and kind of like goes inside to the front desk and then like kind of jogs back to you with like one of those little brochures and then hands it to you, and he's like, yeah, we're here on the west parking lot. I know it's like the east side of campus, just like get used to it.
Oh no, I think I've actually reached my destination. I think this is campus. Yes, this is.
Yeah, this is campus.
Okay, I'm a new student enrolling. Hi.
Oh, I thought you were a hiker.
Oh,
You just kind of came out of the woods.
Yes, I hike. I don't have a car.
I mean, there's a bus.
No, that's cool. That's all right. Hi. Toni sticks their hand out awkwardly towards Curtis as if to shake,
Hi.
shaking hands. Hi, I'm
He
Toni.
He shakes it.
Excellent. Toni has
It's
a very
like a kind of a limp shake, but he shakes it.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Curtis. I'm one of the RAs
I
here,
think-
4th floor. Woo woo.
great. That
You can see it's like a
Congratulations.
Minecraft theme. I made the windows look like the Minecraft glass. You can see, and you look up, and there's like on the windows on the 4th floor, you can see like you put tape to make them look like the Minecraft windows.
I think Toni kind of furrows their brows
Pretty proud of
a
myself.
little bit. Not
You're
sure.
pandering to me specifically.
Just interject and say that, like, periodically, every, like, 30 seconds, Zoe's car just makes this horrendous creaking noise, and she slaps it aggressively on the hood, saying,
think-
like, it's okay, it's okay!
I think every time that happens, Toni just like their eyes dart over to the car. Like they're a little skitterish right now, I'll say. They've been hiking for a while by themselves. And then there's sudden interaction. No, I'm a student here. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm
Cool. Are you part of? Did you sign up for the Spook tryouts?
Those.
Because those are tonight.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Cool. So you're gonna be staying in the Cecil Hall tonight. That's this one right here. So we can go get you checked in. You said your name was Toni.
Yeah, Toni Winburn.
Cool.
Winborn.
Toni Winborn. He goes over to you kind of follow him over to the front desk area where there's a lot of different students unloading.
Zoe slaps her
And,
car again.
Yeah, and he brings over the clipboard and starts scanning it. Toni Parker, Toni Winborn, Toni. There you are. All right, you'll be staying. Hey, you're on my floor. You're in room 426. So, yeah, here's your key code. He like hands you one of those like little key fobs to open the door, and he's like, I'm gonna need this back tomorrow because like most people aren't staying in this dorm. It's just like overnight for all the Spook team tryout people. We just like they're all in one dorm to make things easier. So I'll need that back tomorrow. Please don't lose it. I get in trouble. I can't have that happen again. Do you have like any more bags or anything you need help carried up?
No, just this one. Should I have more bags?
Cool. I mean, most people like bring stuff to college with them. Like,
Oh, that's okay. I have stuff in my bag.
Cool.
We're good. Yes.
cool. All right. Well, if you need help with anything, let me know or talk to Stacy at the front desk. She's real nice. And yeah, Cecil Hall's there. You got your key fob. And Zoe, you're still unloading your car, and I think at this point a shuttle pulls up with students from the train station and parks out front, and I think there's maybe 4 others in there that get out, and so does Teddy. I almost said Toni. This is gonna be tough, you guys.
Yeah, this is a very,
Come on, y'all. Teddy, Toni.
We really did pick two T names.
We really did.
It's very good. All right, and Curtis sees the shuttle pull up and heads over with the clipboard. And hi, my name's Curtis. I'm an RA here. You're gonna be staying in Cecil Hall. You're here for the Spook tryouts, right?
I wanted to interject. I think when Curtis is like checking other people in, Teddy is like standing at the front of the bus, and like having other people go ahead of him.
Okay.
It's like yeah, sorry, no, you can go ahead. Yeah, no, totally, go for it.
A polite boy.
He's Canadian.
Canadian, eh?
All right, and so everyone else goes out in front of you, and Curtis says, hi, my name's Curtis, I'm an RA. Can I get your name? I can get you checked in.
Right, yeah. Oh, sorry. He stumbles out of the bus a little bit. Like, he's got a pretty big suitcase with him. Hi, yeah, I'm Teddy. Sorry, I guess Theodore Del Rosario. Sorry about that. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, I see you. No, you're all good. There's a lot of... You're a freshman?
Yes, yeah.
I was a freshman once. I get it. Yeah, okay. You'll be, all the Spook tryout people are staying in Cecil Hall tonight. Here's your key fob. Please don't lose it because I'll get in trouble. He kind of gives you, like, the same spiel about, like, don't lose it. You have to give it back tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, you'll be staying in room 426. So, hey, that's actually my floor.
Oh, okay. 426. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
What time? What time's the Spook trials tomorrow? Sorry, like...
Spook trials are tonight. They're in like an hour at 6.
Oh, geez. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, they got like the dinner first, and then they do like the PowerPoint thing, and then once it gets dark, it like gets started. But yeah, do you need help like moving your stuff inside or anything?
No, I'm okay. I think I got it, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. If you need anything else, just ask for Curtis. Or Stacy, she's real nice.
Okay, thank you again.
Yeah,
sorry.
No problem. You don't have to keep apologizing.
I know, sorry.
Zoe slaps the roof of her car again.
Do you go inside?
I do.
Yeah. Zoe, do you also go inside?
Zoe
Are you all like kind of making your way in?
Struggling with her bags a little bit. She brings out a suitcase practically the size of her, and then hikes it up the curb on her hip and starts making her way indoors.
Nice.
When I'm walking along, do I see Zoe?
You do see Zoe. You're all kind of in the parking lot right now.
I was just saying, Tony's just awkwardly kind of standing there fumbling with the map and everything that they were given, and kind of out of the corner of their eye is watching. But just very awkward, not sure what to do.
I think what Teddy wants to do is he probably notices that Toni is sort of struggling with a map, and like goes over and introduces himself, like, "Hey, good morning. Sorry, don't mean to disturb you or anything.
It's afternoon, but that's. Don't worry about it.
Oh shoot, sorry.
I think Tony's just silently watching.
The time zone changed, but
Tony's just silently watching Teddy kind of like fumble with his words.
Sorry about that. No, you just look a little lost. Do you know where you need to go? I could probably help you out.
Kind of, sort of. I have a map.
Okay.
Toni looks at it, but it's upside down.
Are you here for the Spook trials?
Yes, that's exactly where I need to go. Is the Spook trials.
Okay, well, I'm actually here for the Spook trials too. Maybe we can go. It's in Cecil Hall, I think. Sorry, I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Teddy. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Toni.
Oh, cool.
It's very similar. Is Teddy short for something, or is it
Theodore?
Theodore. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just Toni.
Oh, cool. Well, nice to meet you, just Toni.
Toni shoots their arm out at Teddy to shake hands.
Teddy will very, I guess, like, nervously extend a hand out as well and reciprocate the handshake. Yeah. Well, why don't we get a move on?
Sure.
You look like you've been out there a while.
I'm a little hungry. I have pocket snacks, but I'm running low, so.
Yeah, I
something.
I feel we start walking. I was on the train for a good amount of hours there.
Where are you coming from?
Canada.
So, wow.
Yeah.
It's quite the trek.
Just right up the border. And then do we see Zoe struggling with her suitcase?
Well, there's a group of people outside in matching t-shirts that are like helping people move stuff into the dorms. And so you see that, and you see Zoe standing there with her massive suitcase.
I walk up to Zoe and be like, "Hey, sorry, don't mean to bother you. I couldn't help but notice that you're having trouble with all your stuff here. Do you need a hand?"
Oh, sup. She like juts her chin out a little bit. Hold this, and then shoves a crumpled wad of like receipts and like waivers and random papers.
Okay.
And then she starts like mumbling to herself. She's like, "Okay, I've got this one. That one. Shit, where did that one go?" She like reaches into her pocket and like pulls out another thing. She's like, there it is. Okay. Hi. Here, I can take this back now. What's your name?
Teddy.
Oh, Teddy. Is that short for something?
It's short for Theodore. Sorry.
Toni just looks at Zoe and is like, "You're the one with the loud car."
Yeah, I am. Well, jeez, she's not that loud, is she? I don't think she's that bad. Gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's pretty old. She's passed down in the family, but she still runs. So I thought I'd bring her up here.
Is that a 63 Chevy?
It's Ford, but it is 63.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna say, Curtis comes over and is like, "Hey, I've got your parking pass here, cause like we've got a parking enforcement, and they're kind of like a little too eager to give people parking tickets. So like, here you go." And he hands you a little slip, and he's also like, "I didn't get you checked in. You said your name was Zoe, right?"
Yeah, it's Zoe Marrow.
Cool. I got you checked in. Here's your key fob. Please don't lose it. I'll get in trouble. I need it back tomorrow. You're in room 426 tonight.
Ah, sweet. Okay. And
sorry, Curtis said that you were also in room 426. So am I.
Really? Ah, sick. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Sorry. Yeah, I guess your name is Zoe. I just, nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Teddy.
Toni kind of butts in a little bit and introduces themselves as Toni.
Zoe grabs Tony's hand and shakes it very aggressively and is like, "Hey, you said your name was Toni, right?"
Yes.
Oh,
Zoe?
Gosh. Yeah, it's Zoe. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time keeping you guys straight if your names are pretty similar, so.
Yeah, wait, Toni, are you also in room 426?
Toni looks a little perplexed at first, then they say, yes, I think that was the number that guy said.
It was.
Shit, what are the odds?
Huh.
Hey, I guess we're gonna be roomies for the night. I'm freaking starving. Should we get inside and grab some dinner?
Please.
Absolutely.
Toni clutches their stomach.
Here, Zoe, let me help you with some of those bags.
So you enter Cecil Hall. There's an elevator, but there's actually a sticker on the door that says for emergency use only, as in like, don't use it unless you absolutely have to. And Stacy at the front desk is kind of like a short bob haircut, sitting, kind of picking at her teeth a little bit. She's like, "Yeah, please don't use the elevator. People keep like jumping in it, and it like it breaks it, and it won't go up and down. So like, don't." So please like take the stairs.
It doesn't go up and down? Does it go side to side?
What? It's an elevator. It goes up and down. Please take the stairs is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I got that joke, Zoe.
You can just cut that part out. That was
No,
me
I
just
love
being
it.
an asshole.
I totally missed whatever joke you made. So okay, so you make it up to the 4th floor, and it is indeed Minecraft themed. There's
Awesome.
like little card like little bees and stuff on the walls. And you find 426 and unlock it, and it's a pretty big. It's a triple room, so it's a little bit bigger than some dorms, but it's still a dorm room, you know. So there's like these kind of closets that are like kind of an armoire. So there's like an opening door and some drawers, and then there's 3 beds. One is separate, and then the other 2 are bunked. And there's a nice big window that kind of... Cecil Hall is sort of like a L shape. Your window looks out. You can see the other half of Cecil Hall, but then down in the center there's like a little bit of a garden, and you can see some other buildings and like trees spreading out. It's 5:30-ish in the afternoon, but already the grounds are filled with a fair amount of fog. It's like kind of just creeping over. It's like the sky's overcast. It's already quite foggy.
Oh man, even up in the mountains, there wasn't really much this heavy fog. I guess the campus must be really different.
Yeah, it seems a little odd. I live in the mountains, and this even feels like it would be a rare thing.
You lived in the mountains too?
Oh, yeah. I just, still in state, but, not anywhere exotic like Canada.
I don't know how exotic Canada is, but...
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Then she, like, presses her face up against the window and kind of, like, checks out the view, sees all the fog, and she's like, oh my god, they weren't kidding. It's freaky out here.
I guess I'm sure we all did our research before, going to this school, but I guess, it is, the fog is there for a lot of the more supernatural body of the campus.
If you didn't listen to the setup episode, I explained a little bit how John Alice University is attractive to supernatural students such as vampires because the fog is a natural sun barrier and they've got strong sun allergies. So
who wants which bed?
I'm okay taking whatever.
I'm obviously the shortest. I could take top bunk since I probably won't hit my head on the ceiling as much.
Toni really wanted the top bunk.
Okay.
But you can see that like there's a bunch of things running around in Toni's head, but they're not saying anything, and they're just staring Zoe straight in the eye.
Yo, something up? Did you want the top? Because like,
and looks at the top bunk and looks at Zoe.
Zoe just goes, okay. I'll take the bottom bunk. No, you got this.
But no, what you say is logical though. It makes sense.
Yeah, but just because it's logical doesn't mean it's the best. Here, you take the top bunk, and then Zoe kind of takes their bag and.
If you think about it, gang, I mean, we're only gonna be here for the night.
I think Curtis walks by and like kind of knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey guys, cool. I see y'all getting settled in. So it is like 5:30, and like the dinner kind of starts at like 6, which is like kind of across campus, which is like a little bit of." He kind of like sits there and thinks for a minute. He's like, I don't actually know how long of a walk it is. I never really bothered to measure. But you should probably get going like pretty soon. And like, cause the good food gets eaten up pretty quickly. They got like those, what are they called? The dirt cups in the dining hall for move-in weekend. And like, the one with like the crushed Oreos and the...
and like gummy worms and stuff. Yeah.
And they get like eaten up real quickly. If you guys like need any help though, like getting settled in, I know you're just here for the night, but like bathrooms are down the hall and stuff.
Thanks,
and, like,
Curtis. Yeah.
Thanks, Curtis. Sorry. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess I'm in the single. I appreciate that. I don't think I mentioned how tall Teddy was at the beginning of the episode. He is 6'2", so he's very tall and lanky.
Tall boy. Do his feet like touch the ends of the bed?
Very much so, yeah. Speaking from experience, someone who does sleep in a twin bed and like their feet hang off.
Aww. All right, guys. We should probably start heading over. I'm gonna start walking. If you guys want to join me.
Yeah, I'm coming with. I'm starving. I don't care if we have to eat dirt.
Toni, have you never had a dirt cup before?
What? Well, I mean, I don't prefer to eat dirt, but I would if I had to. I'm hoping there's better cuisine here than just, Earth.
It's a dirt cup.
No, I hear you, a dirt cup. I heard you.
It's like crushed Oreos and gummy worms and like a little like mousse, like
mousse?
Not like Moose the animal, like a chocolate mousse.
Okay, do you like sweet things?
Well,
Oh my god, it's not that hard of an answer.
no, I'm not particularly fond of sweet things, but it sounds intriguing, and I'm down because I'm starving. So let's go. Let's get some dirt.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Zoe, like, whips open the doors to the stairs, and it, like, bangs on the way out.
It's a very narrow staircase, and there's like people coming up the stairs with like boxes and suitcases and stuff. So this is kind of based on my own college experience. There was like a single file staircase in my dorm, and when people were going up, you couldn't go down, and like vice versa. So it's a little bit of a struggle to get down the stairs. But you
Sorry,
do.
gonna sneak right past you. Sorry.
Yeah, don't
Sorry.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry.
You hear something shatter. Don't worry about it. One of you has a map.
I have
Toni
a
has
map.
Toni has a map.
I usually
Yeah,
hold it
so if
upside
you-
down. You might have to help me.
Benally Hall is the exact opposite end of campus from Cecil Hall. And so you probably start walking towards the main square, which is called Rose Square. You can actually see the fountain in the distance. The campus is sort of like a bowl shaped, as in like the buildings on the outside are higher up. The hill's not very steep, but they're like elevated more than like the main square in the middle. So Cecil Hall is on the far right of campus, and so you can kind of like see most of campus spread out before you. And there's a lot of trees, and so you can't see a lot of the buildings, but you just see like these roofs and like these brick walls and stuff kind of poking out of the forest. And it's getting a little bit dark, and there is like fog kind of rolling in, so you can both see most of campus and you also can't see most of campus in a way. But you start walking.
Curtis was not kidding. This is a huge campus.
So you pass a quite large hall on your left as you're walking towards the main square. It's sort of industrial looking. It's got a lot of steel beams as well as brick there, and there's a sign on the corner that reads Boiler Hall. And if you've done any research or like read about campus at all, you know that that is the engineering building, and it's also the place where students who are in I didn't actually come up with a name for this major, but it's like you come up with technology that's specifically meant for ghost defense. And so you recognize that that's the hall where most of those classes are going to take place. And as you walk a little bit further, you enter like the main square area. And go ahead if you...
Wait, sorry, Joe. You could call it spectral tech.
Oh, that's good. I was gonna
Write that
say ectoneering, because like ecto and then engineering.
Or spec tech.
Spec tech.
Spec tech is where it's at. That feels good.
And you walk a little bit further and you enter Rose Square, and there's this fountain that's just kind of shooting water straight up. And there's a circle of trees around it. And you can actually see there are people setting up tents, like those little shade tents around. And it's for the involvement fair, which takes place move-in weekend. And so there's basically just like a bunch of tents for clubs and things on campus. And they're starting the setup for those because it launches tomorrow. And you see the Hyde Library building, which is the biggest building on campus. And it's actually two buildings which are joined together by a glass sky bridge. And the two buildings are like perfectly mirrored on either side. And they're just like your dark academia dream, honestly. Like the brick buildings, there's ivy climbing up the walls, there's like some lanterns.
Teddy is kind of
in the windows
drooling
and like
a little bit at the side of the building.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It's basically my dream library. So I was like, aha, I can just make it a reality.
This is the part of campus I really wanted to see. Kind of tugs at Tony's like shirt and be like, look, like that's the library right there, and like right across from us here we have the planetarium, and oh man, Equinox Hall. Sorry, I did my research beforehand, and I'm just real nervous to be here, but also really excited.
On the top of Equinox Hall, it's also a very grand building, also quite large. It's got these big Corinthian pillars out front, this set of double doors that's painted black, and on top there is a clock tower. And you know this to be the main offices building. There's some like professor offices and like student resources things inside, but it's also a very grand looking building.
You said clock tower.
I heard
I
clock
did
tower.
say clock tower.
I think, yeah, during all this, when Teddy points out Equinox Hall, notices the clock tower. And I'm not sure if Toni would notice this, but you notice like a visible sort of, or like, you sort of see the emotion kind of flood out of Toni's face, like Teddy's face. Oh,
Your own
God.
name. Oh,
I messed up my own name.
That's okay. That's okay. I think Toni does notice this, and I think it makes them stop and just kind of like feel like, "Hey, man, is you okay?"
Yeah. Sorry. That was just a cool looking clock tower.
Yeah, so you keep walking, you pass the Atlas Union, which is the building where a lot of other student resources are, and there's like kind of it's not one of the dining halls, but it's where you find like, there's like a Subway and a Starbucks and a Bitchin' Bagels in there. And,
Did you say a bitchin' bagel?
Bitchin' Bagels. You guys
Bitchin'
came up with
bagel
this.
so bad.
I did?
You guys came up with this.
Where's braised beans? I want coffee.
Okay, there's a braised beans in there for sure.
Right across the Starbucks.
It's not
No
open. There's the
competition.
bookstore and stuff in there. It's not open right now, but it's when you walk past the bookstore and there's like this big display window out, and you can actually see that they have little holy water vials on the shelf, and they have
My grandma
like
collects this.
salt bombs, and like they're advertised as like, always be sure to like double check your dorm before moving in, as in like make sure there's no ghosts or anything in there. And right past the Atlas Union is Benali Hall, which is the big performance hall where there's like the commencement and stuff. And the doors are open, the lights are on, and there's a bunch of students just kind of like milling around outside. Some of them are going in, some of them are still like enjoying kind of the cool evening air. The Echo Commons are right next to Benali Hall, and you can those doors are also open, and yeah, food is, you can smell it cooking. There's food.
Oh man, that smells awesome.
How much dirt do you want? Toni looks Teddy straight in the eye.
I'm fine with just the one cup. Thanks.
You sure?
Thanks, Toni.
You sure? You don't want some
Yeah.
for like a pocket snack later?
Those don't really keep well, especially in pockets.
You might be right. Okay, 1 cup. All right, 1 cup.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's your standard college cafeteria dining hall. They got the panini press is broken, which is tragic. But they got like the salad bar. They've got the soup bar.
Good soup.
Good soup.
I think they've got the roasted
Good soup.
vegetables on. They've got a falafel wrap going on. They've got a vegan patty. They've got the hamburger bar, and they do have a table full of these little dirt cups, and they're just like little. I was gonna say plastic, but then I was like, no, John Ellis University is like sustainable plastic, so they're like little paper. Sustainable plastic. That's just paper.
They're brown paper cups.
Little
brown
brown
paper
paper
cups.
cups, and
Little brown paper bags full of dirt.
yeah,
Just a loose pile of.
just a table with dirt on it.
Zoe comes back to the table, and she's got like this heaping plate of like falafels, like sauteed veggies, and there's like a salad on the side, and it's like the kind of thing where it's like you're not sure she can eat all of that, but she's holding it. Where's the dirt cups?
I know I'm getting them.
Let's go
Okay,
get them.
all right.
Let's go get 'em.
I'll see you guys back.
We'll be back.
Yeah, see you, Bear.
With dirt. Bear.
You
Did you
call
just
me
call him
Bear?
No, I think that's what Tony's saying. Like, looks at Zoe like, did you just call him Bear?
Yeah, I did. You guys have such similar names. It's just so much easier in my brain. I'm so sorry.
Well, if anything, I mean, I feel like he'd be, like Theodore.
No, it's Teddy
Like
Bear.
Dory. Like, take it from, well, no, but wouldn't Dory make sense?
I mean, you could call him Dory.
I could call him Dory.
Yeah. Yeah, this will fuck with him.
Where are you guys sitting in this cafeteria? Because Echo Commons is along the Cariticon River, and so there's this massive wall of glass, and like a bunch of the tables are like pushed up right against it, and there's this beautiful view of the river. And it's getting dark, but you can like see it, and there's like fog on it, and it's just.
I was gonna say, I think Teddy tried to snag like one of the last like window side tables.
Tony dashes off to get in line for the meats, the burger meats.
I don't know
and I think
why,
I think
but
when
I pictured Toni a vegan.
Yeah, I thought about that. And then I
don't know
thought,
why.
but meat. Well, no, okay, listen. I also thought Toni would be a vegan at first, and then just as we were playing, I'm like, I feel like Toni needs meat, though. I was flip-flopping between the two of being, like, super into meat or being strict vegan. And, like, I just now went with the meat side.
I just felt that necessary to mention.
Maybe I'm hungry.
There you go.
It's just Bree.
This is
just
actually,
Bree
just
dreaming
Bree
about.
hungry.
Anyway, yeah, I feel like Toni's a little competitive and feels like they should be having just as much as Zoe, whether or not Zoe eats it or not. So they're also like really piling high on the dinner plate there.
Zoe finally returns with the dirt cups, and she sets them down with some equally adorable little spoons to go with them, and then kind of hunkers herself down in front of her own food and just starts inhaling it.
Toni feels threatened.
Toni definitely feels threatened.
Yeah, between mouthfuls, Zoe is like, oh, so, oh, really, really good. Yeah, Bear, it's okay that I call you Bear, right?
Yeah. That's not my name, but sure.
Okay, well, anyways, so, what are you majoring in?
Oh, yeah. I major in demonic studies.
Oh wait, so am I.
That's awesome.
Major twinsies!
That's awesome. What made you decide to? Oh, wait, sorry, Zoe. That really rude of me. What are you majoring in?
Yeah, I'm majoring in kinesiology. Yeah. So not as exciting as like
awesome.
demonic or whatever you said your major was.
Demonic studies. No, but that's awesome. Any specific like kinesiology? I mean, are you more are you sort of looking to do, I guess, more supernatural kinesiology, or?
I don't know yet. I've already done all of my some of my cores. I've transferred, so I've kind of already set on this path, and it's just something that I've just accepted and want to do, and we'll see where it takes me. And then she shoves another bite of chopped up falafel into her mouth.
Nice. Wait, is everyone here a first year, like a freshman?
Nah, I'm second year, but this is my first year on campus.
Okay, gotcha.
It's your first year, right?
Yep.
Just like at college in general.
Yeah, that's right. Toni, what made you decide to go into demonic studies?
And they're silent for a minute, and they just kind of look at Teddy, and they go, "It sounds fascinating to me. I just want to learn more about it."
I'm in the same boat as well. I came to John Hatlis University to learn more about demons.
Zoe finishes off the final bite on her plate.
She ate all of it.
Yeah.
Man, you friggin' crushed
Tony's been slightly rolling some things in napkins and shoving them in their pockets for later, but is also astounded that Zoe was able to finish everything.
that. Teddy got a respectfully sized meal.
You're about to start eating your dirt cups, and at the table behind you, there's some people talking, and one of them's going, "Not to, like, freak you guys out or anything, but, like, last year, I swear to God, I did find, like, a real worm in my dirt cup, so... Oh, dude, no way!" And, like, they all start digging, like, in their cups to try and, like, see if there's any real worms in it.
Okay.
Zoe, very unladylike, just kind of like, and, like, spits a little bite back into it.
I think that Toni has just taken a large, brave bite of it before they heard that, and once they did, they just froze. Like, the spoon is still in their mouth.
You got a worm.
No worms. That was really sweet, though. It was not dirt.
But it was
But it
good.
was... Okay. I'd eat this again.
Okay.
Who doesn't like dirt cups, honestly?
I don't know if I've ever had one.
No, I want a
I don't
dirt
know if
cup.
I've ever had one. I can't have Oreos.
They're so good.
It sucks.
All right. As you wrap up your meal, you notice that a lot of the other students at the other tables are also doing the same. They're getting up, clearing their plates, and heading back outside where it's gotten significantly darker, and just crossing the short distance back to Benali Hall. And as you enter, the auditorium is set up. There's a bunch of chairs in like an amphitheater style around the main stage. There's a table in the back that says sign in. You go and you get checked in and you turn over your signed liability waivers and you get handed some name tags. Toni, yours is actually misspelled, but somebody realized it was misspelled and crossed out the Y and wrote a little I next to it. And you take a seat and it's loud. There's a lot of people here.
Well, guys, we ready for whatever's next?
Yep, full belly.
Toni shoves their hands in their pants pockets again and just kind of shrugs.
Okey doke. Let's do this.
So you all take your seats, and there's a fair amount of chatter going on, but it all fades away as this guy jumps up on the stage. He's tall and lanky, and he's got this punk look going on, so like the ripped skinny jeans, super thick combat boots, like this bleach-stained hoodie, and like a vest with patches and pins and Sharpie drawings on it. He's got like medium tan skin, the sides of his head are shaved, so he's got like this cool mohawk mullet thing going on. And as he turns to face the crowd, you can see that his eyes are actually completely black, except for his irises, which are bright orange. And he takes the mic and addresses you all. Okay, is this thing on? Ah, yes. Alright, welcome everyone to the Fall Quarter Spook Tryouts. My name is Sebastian Blackheart. I am the Vice President of Spook here on campus, and tonight I will be running your Spook Team Tryouts. I'm going to go through the rules and explain the goals and answer any questions you might have in a minute, but before we do that, I'd like to introduce someone. This person is my ghost hunting partner, a dear friend of mine, and the president and founder of Spook. Everyone please welcome Francine Molina to the stage. And you see a middle-aged woman with graying hair get up on the stage. She's got a very gentle face, glasses, a sweater with like a cat embroidered on the front. And she's wearing Crocs. They're lavender, and yes, they're in sports mode. She's dressed like an old lady, but she's got broad shoulders and carries herself in a way that makes you think she's actually pretty fit and possibly quite muscular. And on her belt, she's got a bunch of different like walkie-talkies and equipment, like a flashlight and holy water and this strange pair of goggles. And she gets up and she takes the mic from Sebastian and says, hello, yes, welcome, everyone. Like Sebastian said, I'm Francine Molina. Please call me Francine. And on the screen appears the Spook logo. It's the word Spook in capital letters, and there's two perpendicular lines behind the first O in Spook, so it kind of makes like a compass shape. I'd just like to say a few words before everyone gets started. I started Spook here on campus 20 years ago. I was a student just like you, and there'd been a surge in recent hauntings, and students were everywhere, were getting ghost-touched, and it was a bad time. I was studying environmental science, but I'd always been interested in ghosts. I suppose you can blame my family for that. Many of my relatives have all died horrible deaths and came back to haunt the rest of my family. So when a ghost appeared in my dorm, I knew how to trap it with a silver glass jar. My roommate asked me to teach her how I'd done it, and that was how Spook began. 2 amateur ghost hunters creeping around on campus in between studying. By the time I'd graduated, however, Spook was a club with over 300 students in it, and I'd switched my major to ectoplasmic sciences. When John Ellis University offered me a job, I accepted, and I've been here ever since, running Spook and making sure that future generations of students know how to protect themselves from our visitors on the other side. And her tone becomes serious here, and on the screen behind her there appears a photo of 2 smiling women. There's a younger Francine Molina. She's not wearing glasses, and her arm is around this other woman who's also smiling, and they're wearing matching Spook jackets. This woman you see here is Anna Hawkins, my first ghost hunting partner. I lost her on a hunt over a decade ago. I'm showing you her photo now to honor her memory as my friend and partner and one of the best ghost hunters I ever knew, but also to remind you that this job is not one to be taken lightly. Ghost hunting is not a game. The danger is serious. But I'm not saying this to try and scare you. In fact, I want it to do the opposite. I admire each and every one of you for being here today. Just by showing up, you have proven to yourselves and to me that you think you have what it takes, that you have bravery and strength and the desire to protect the things you care about. I'm excited to see what this year has in store. Thank you for indulging me in my little speech. I will step back down now so you can get on with the tryouts. Just know that I'm cheering each and every one of you on, and I'm excited to work with you this coming year. Good luck. So she leaves the stage, and Sebastian takes the mic back, and he says, Thank you, Francine. You all should be grateful. She hates making speeches on stage. But alright, let's get back to business. First things first. And he presses a button, and on the screen it switches to a photo, like a very blurry photo of a ghost kind of standing at a doorway with a big red cancel sign over it, kind of like the Ghostbusters. And he says, "Before we go any further, I'd like to make it very clear that this tryout does not involve real ghosts. We've cleared the whole campus already, so you will be perfectly safe throughout this entire encounter." And you actually see a few people in the audience, like, kind of deflate. Like, they look really disappointed at that. And Sebastian goes, yes, I know, it's disappointing. But there's a number of reasons we're choosing not to use real ghosts this year. The first is that last year, one of our tryouts did get ghost touched and had to be rushed to the hospital. Don't worry, they're fine, but we had to change up our tactics. You've already passed the basic knowledge exam, and tonight's trial will prove that you have the necessary field skills required for a ghost hunting team. If your team passes the trial, only then will you be presented with a real ghost in a controlled environment. And I know what you're thinking, what's the point of using a controlled environment, because ghost hunting in the real world is hardly controlled at all? And the answer to that is, coming face to face with a ghost for the first time is an experience that not everyone can handle. I'm sure some of you out there have faced one before, maybe even fought one, but for those that haven't, we strongly believe that the first time you encounter one should not be out in the wild. And speaking of ghosts, I'm sure you're familiar with the Ghost Index, and on the screen appears a little chart surrounded by lots of little ghost emojis and GIFs, and it shows the Ghost Index, which, even if you don't know it all in detail, you would know of it and have probably seen it at some point. It ranks ghosts in two different ways. The first is categories. There are 3 categories of ghosts, and this determines the ghost's source and how to deal with it. Category 1 ghosts are ghosts that are tied to a physical object, usually bones or body remains, but sometimes an item of great importance to the person that the ghost once was. And when that object is contained, either in silver glass or destroyed, then the ghost loses its connection to the world and can no longer manifest. Category 2 ghosts can be destroyed if their physical, manifestation is sufficiently damaged. Ghosts are made of this substance called ectoplasm, and so when they're fully manifested, if you destroy a big enough chunk of that full manifestation, then the ghost will be banished. And category 3s are ghosts that have been intentionally summoned. To get rid of them, you have to find whatever was used to summon them and destroy or disrupt it. Category 3s are widely known as the most dangerous and difficult to remove, but also the most uncommon. And then there's the danger rating. There are 5 ratings, with 1 being lowest and 5 the highest. I'm not going to read each one, but for example, like the number 1 danger rating, so the lowest danger ghost is a ghost that is stationary and or not sentient, often very faint and difficult to perceive. Psychic impressions are weak and easy to overcome, and they're usually oblivious to living creatures in the living world. And each of the danger ratings sort of elevate from that up all the way up to number 5, which is ghosts capable of extreme psychic manipulations and or total sentience, capable of full conversations, weaponized impressions, strong smog, etc. I'm sure you all have seen this before. We get all categories of ghosts here on campus, but for the sake of this trial, I'd like you all to assume you'll either be facing a category 1 or a category 2. And the danger rating doesn't exactly apply to this trial, because like I said, you won't be facing real ghosts, and it's sort of hard to imitate psychic manipulations in a way that's realistic. But it's something to keep in mind. One of our rules here at Spook is to determine the category and the danger rating of a ghost before engaging, and I'd like you all to try and practice that this evening. But let's talk about the trial. I'm going to explain the rules, put you all into your teams, and then I'm going to release you to begin the trial. We have a number of volunteers, alumni, various campus staff, returning Spook teams, all out and wandering about campus dressed as ghosts. Your goal is to find one of these ghosts, treat it as a real one, and work together with your team using your ghost hunting equipment to capture, contain, or banish the ghost exactly like you would a real one. Pretty simple, right? You'll be evaluated on technique, your use of equipment, and teamwork. And when you've finished, meet up back here, we'll go over the team score, and you'll get free t-shirts and shit. But before I move on, are there any questions? And there's a girl in the front row who stands up and someone runs a mic over. Hi, my name's Jessie. What part of campus is considered in bounds for this? Sebastian goes, great question, Jessie. Yes, the border is campus, and the PowerPoint actually moves to show a campus map with a badly drawn, circle line around it. Try and stay on campus. The parking lots are all fair game, as are the greenhouses and the apartments. The Criticon Forest and some of the trails are also considered in bounds, but don't go too far, please. None of our volunteers will be off trails or too far from campus. Anyone else? A guy in the balcony raises his hand. Yeah, can we go in the buildings? Some of the buildings are off-limits, like the dorms, but the off-limits buildings will all be locked. I believe most of the other buildings will be open, but be aware there are other staff on campus, so please don't get in their way. Anyone else?
Hi. Sorry, can you hear me from back here?
Yes, you in the sweater there?
What if we don't have ghost hunting equipment? I didn't realize. I'm not sure if it's a sort of a
Bring your own?
I was just gonna say. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if it was sort of a bring your own.
Are you expecting ghosts to give you soft bombs and EMF readers? I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but here's lesson number 1, folks. Always be prepared. If you didn't bring your own equipment, then you'll need to get creative. And he lingers on that like he's giving a clue. And you're not the only ones. There are other people in the audience looking around embarrassed, and you get the feeling you are not the only ones that did not bring equipment.
What happens if we get injured? Sorry, hi, it's me again.
Good question. Our volunteer ghosts will not harm you, so there shouldn't be any danger. But in case of an emergency, myself, Princine, and a number of other spook staff will be on call and all over campus. We'll be giving each team an emergency walkie-talkie with a tracking device, but that's only there because a student got lost in the woods a few years ago, and now it's required. And those walkie-talkies are for emergencies only, so I don't want to hear anyone using them for anything other than an actual emergency. Improper use of the walkie-talkie will get you disqualified. Well, I don't think there are any more questions, so I'd like you all now to take off your name tags and take a look at the back, where you will find the names of your new teammates. I'm going to give you all a few minutes now to find each other, introduce yourselves, and in about 10 minutes I will release you and this tryout will begin. And you do. You flip over your name tags, and there on the back are the names Toni Winborn, Theodore Del Rosario, and Zoe Marrow. You are Team 14.
Wow. What are the odds again?
Team 14, you guys.
It's kind of chaos in the auditorium. There's a bunch of other students that are getting up and trying to find their teammates. Not everyone else was as lucky as you to meet everyone in their team at the same time, and so there's a lot of hi, I'm so and so.
I guess we need Toni and I need ghost hunting equipment. I didn't realize we needed to bring our own. I kind of thought it might have been provided.
I guess I need equipment, so yeah.
And as you guys are saying this, there's another team kind of in the benches behind you, and one of them kind of leans over towards you, and
oh gosh, is this gonna be the jerk team that makes fun of us?
No, you see this. He's built like an absolute bear. He's just this really tall,
like a brick shithouse.
Oh my god.
He's tall. He's got dark skin. He's got these little gold hoops in his ears, and he looks really sweet. Actually, he's got kind of a varsity jacket on, and he leans over and he's like, "Hey, not to be a snoop or anything, but I heard you guys didn't bring equipment."
Oh, no, we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not judging you, honest. We all make mistakes, right? I don't know if you want my help or anything, but there's an armory on campus, right? Where they keep all the ghost hunting equipment. I don't know if it'll be unlocked, but they didn't say it wouldn't be, so maybe it's worth checking out, huh?
Okay. That's awesome.
Hey.
Thank you for the information. Where is the armory?
You know where the chapel is?
Yeah, Teddy flips through a little map. It's the chapel.
It's actually very close to Cecil Hall, where you guys were previously. It's a little to the north of that. And right below the chapel is a building on the map just marked Armory. And the guy says, "But you didn't hear any of that from me. But good luck out there." Kind of gives you guys a wink and leans back.
Oh.
Zoe raises her eyebrows and turns slowly towards the other two.
Right.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, I'm definitely thinking what you're thinking.
We might be all thinking the same thing.
Awesome.
Where?
Yeah, which way? Which way?
Right on the other side of the campus.
Yeah, if you open up the map, it's right below the chapel on the opposite side of campus. Yeah, pretty much directly across from Cecil Hall.
That's pretty far away.
But I mean, it'll give us a fighting chance.
Yeah, I'd
True.
say weighing our odds would be much better if we go over and get some first, just to check a little bit.
Yeah.
if you guys give me a list of what we need, I can sprint over there real fast for you guys. I think I might be able to be a little quicker on my feet.
Yeah, that's a super good idea.
I was gonna say though, as nice as that offer is, I mean, if you get caught out there by yourself by
No, don't.
by a ghost,
You'll be fine. I'm fine.
Right as you're about to do this, I think Sebastian Blackheart gets back up on stage. 2 more things, folks. The first is please no tackling our volunteers. You're supposed to treat them as real ghosts, and since tackling a real ghost will get you killed, tackling a fake one will get you disqualified. And secondly, one of our rules here at Spook is always stick together. And the screen switches to a picture of like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Squad with a big font over it that just says, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work because it keeps you alive. I don't want to see anyone running off on your own or groups splitting up to find more ghosts. Got that?
See? We're stronger in numbers, right?
True. Okay. I mean, we are a team now.
Yeah. Zoe, are you good with us all trekking right back across campus?
Yeah, no, I can do that.
All right. Yeah, I guess we just gotta get ready.
Sebastian says, I believe everyone's found their teams now, so we're going to start passing out our walkie-talkie trackers. Now remember, these are for emergencies only. He goes, oh, another quick reminder, it's about dusk right now, which means that the UV lights are going to be coming on in just a little bit. They can be bright and a little, hard to get used to, just because, they're kind of a weird color, and they're kind of all over campus. I promise it's for your own protection, is to keep ghosts away. So, just, be prepared when those comes on. Nobody, get jump scared or anything.
Okay.
Alright, I think we're all ready to get going. Like I said, I'm going to be back here with Princine, and then there's going to be teams and volunteers out all over campus just to make sure that everyone's going to be safe. And like I said, we cleared campus beforehand, so there's no ghosts out there. So just do your best, be careful, stick together, and have fun. And I think he waves you all off, and I think a song starts playing. I don't know what song that would be. It's probably Britney Spears or something. And then there's a lot
Can
of
it be
cheering.
Toxic by Britney Spears?
Yeah, Toxic starts playing, and then
Please.
and there's a bunch of cheering, and all these students in these massive teams just start racing towards the doors. Enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us a review or rating on iTunes, or sharing this podcast with a friend. Tweet about us using the hashtag UniversityAtlas, or follow us on Twitter @TheAtlasCast to stay updated on news and new releases. I'd also like to thank Suzanna Jelsema. All the music in this episode, including our incredible theme song, was written by her. Check out more of her work on her website, there's a link in the episode description. Remember, what doesn't kill you just possesses you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.